Hey, what's going on YouTube? This is Mario back again. Talk about following your purpose, not your passion. This is a myth that we've been told all our lives, especially as young people. Follow your passion, do what you love, if you're passionate about it, just go for it. And that's something that I've always been told, growing up, and that's something that many teachers their students, many parents tell their kids, follow your passion, and a lot of times people don't realize that follow your passion can lead to a dangerous, situation, and parents wonder why a lot of kids, get into the wrong, a lot of kids, get into the wrong mindset when they follow their passion. Why a lot of kids do drugs, why a lot of kids, why a lot of celebrities, once they become famous, they start wilding out. They just lose their sense of humanity. Is because they got so focused on their passion, like focus on doing music, focus on playing basketball, focus on being a celebrity versus actually doing it when actually following a purpose. A purpose is what you do for others. Your passion is what you do for yourself. And that's something that I kind of struggle with as I've, during along my journey of finding my purpose because poetry's always been a passion. Poetry has been a passion since I was 14. Like I always did it, like I always did it with the right intentions. I want to do it to inspire people. I always wanted to, inspire young people, especially because I feel like young people, can't relate to the stuff I say, stuff I write about. But for the last, for like 2 years ago, I was like, man, well, ever since I started college, really, which was like 4 years ago, I was like, man, should I do poetry for a living? Does God really want to do this for a living? Because, I'm here because I didn't know anybody no, I didn't know anybody that's a full time poet. I didn't know anybody who did it full time. I live in a small town, and I always felt kind of stuck because because I didn't really know if this was the right thing, was the right move for me. I thought I just thought well, if poetry doesn't work out, then maybe I just maybe just pick like a safe career. But then I was like, 9 to 5 job. I want to be happy really because even though I'll be making money, I want necessarily be happy and like and that's the thing about passion. That's the thing about happiness. Being happy. There's nothing wrong being happy, you don't want to be selfishly happy. When you're happy, you want to be happy in the sense that you're free and you're free and you're not um missing out on your calling. And so I just like wrestled with that for the last couple of years. Like, what is my purpose? What does God really wants me to do? So when I watched the sermon today about Stephen Furtick, who's an amazing preacher, he talked about you know putting your purpose in the right place. And I've thought about that. I thought of your passion in the right place. I mean, and I thought about that, and I just thought about what I've, how my poetry has impacted people's lives, how I've able to inspire, people to follow their dreams and, really inspire them to, you know, follow God and like they love, they resonate with my story so well. Now it's like, man, like, you know what, I am doing the right thing because, while I'm passionate, I know I'm passionate about what I do. I'm not doing it out of self, I'm not just doing it because of me. I'm doing it because, I love to see, I want to, inspire people. And, also, I know I'm doing it for the right reasons because, you know, even though I do want to make money with my poetry, like definitely, I know that if I not make money with my poetry, I know that I'm still going to be happy that I was able to, get one person to say, "Man, that poem was good. Man, that poem really helped me get through my day." Like those are the type of words that I hope to hear when somebody listens to my poetry. I mean, and then, I might get some criticism here and there. I might have some people that said you suck or you this, you that, but it's not gonna, stop me from doing what I love doing because I know I'm doing it with the right purpose, with the right reasons, and I know I'm doing it because I'm glorifying God. I'm doing it of the glory of God, not just doing it just because I want to glorify myself. I'm doing it because I want to, make God happy. So, and that's, and and that's something I just had to really think about, because I really want to do this full time, and I really want to make sure that God was okay with me doing it full time. That's not just something that, that was something that's put in my head. That is something that I could do full time and not miss out on my purpose, and not miss out on my calling with following my passion. So basically, what I'm trying to say is that following your passion can be dangerous. It may sounds good, because you're doing something, you're doing what you love doing. Because most people, they don't know their passion. Especially most young people, they don't know what they're passionate about. They just think that they just think about life as, you know, do everything to the moment. And but when you really, but when you purpose driven, you want, you may not, you may not be able to do something you love doing, but but you still can fight, but you still can effectively impact somebody's life. You can still effectively, change somebody's lives because you following your purpose. My purpose, and I realized this, just thinking about the sermon, is that my purpose is be someone I needed when I was younger. Was to be a voice to young people, because young people, teenagers specifically, you really need to hear the stuff. I feel like teenagers can really resonate with the stuff I be saying in my poems, because stuff I talk about peer pressure. I talk about being socially awkward. I talk about being a misfit. I talk about all these things that, a lot of teens deal with, in my poems, because I lived that life. I was a born again Christian, by the time I was 14 years old. So I already know what it's like to be a misfit. I already know what it's like to be, an outcast. I already been through that, and being a kid with special needs as well. So like, I feel like a lot of young people can resonate with the stuff I say. So I already know I'm doing it with the right reason, and I already know that I'm passionate about it. So I feel like I'm doing the right thing with my gift, But as far as like making a living, that's still something that I'm still not sure about. But if I don't make if poetry doesn't work out for me, if I don't make a living off poetry, I know God has something better for me. I know God has something for me that can, that I'm able to, be happy and please Him at the same time. I can find my circle of genius, so to speak. So yes. So, this is just a short little video. I know I kind of went over the place in this video, but I was saying that follow your purpose. Don't get so caught up in vanity. Don't get so caught up in trying to be the, don't get so caught up in trying to be the best to where you forget about the people, the people who rock with you from day one. You forget about you forget about who you are as a person. Like don't be so lost in your passion, Let your purpose guide you, let your passion fuel you. You know what I mean? That follow your purpose. If you're passionate, if you can't, like say if you're passionate about let me give a perfect example, like basketball. You always want to make it to the NBA. Your dream was always to make it to the NBA, and you find out you can't play, you finally get an injury, you can't play no more. But you find out you can't play anymore because you got an injury, that keeps you from playing. But yet, you find something else you could do, and you can still, have a purpose. You still fulfilled because you follow your purpose rather than you follow your passion. If you just followed your passion, you would have ended up, dead. But if you followed your purpose, you would end up, impacting people's lives and stuff of that nature. So following your purpose is like so important. And I'm just now, and I'm glad that I finally learned the difference, between following your passion, following your purpose. So, because if I didn't follow my purpose, I would not be able to do. I mean, I would not being able to do what I do like this long. Like I would not be able to stay in this walk with God this long. Like I've been following Jesus for almost over 7 years now, and I just think about all the times when I was tempted to smoke weed. All the times I was tempted to, you know, hit get with this girl. All this time I was tempted to, do all these, sinful stuff that other kids were doing, you know, and the fact that I was able to say no to those stuff just showed me that I knew that I had a greater calling in my life than what then I knew I had a greater calling in my life. That I had something bigger, plan that God had something bigger planned for me. And then when I got to RCC, that's when it really hit me because I look at the kids that I hung out that I was with, the kids you know, that I hung out with, the kids that were in my classes, and it just really, and I just heard, and they just really just like looked up to me, and they just really felt, I mean, at first I kind of scared him away because I told him how old I was, because it was like, how old are you? And some of these kids would be like 6, 7 years younger than me, but but once they saw, what I was about and who I was, it was like, okay, you're different. You're not what I expect, a 21-year-old to act like. You're different. And so what I'm trying to say is that when you follow your purpose, you make better decisions. You'll you'll be able to keep your ego in check. You won't be so lost, and you won't be so lost. You'll be grounded, and you'll make healthy choices. Like following your purpose is the key to living a happy, fulfilled life. So anyway, this is Mario Walker signing off.